I found my favourite PanPastel knife tool wears out really quickly. You may have experienced similar. Now in this video I'm going to show you lots of ways which you can bypass that problem and save some money along the way. So these are my favourite tools. They come in different shapes on the ends, and then you can buy different tips to go with them. Okay, you get triangular ones as well, and then they fit on different shaped tools. Now most of you probably, if you're familiar with PanPastels, you know about those, and they're my favorite tool because the way you can hold them, it's almost like painting. It really is, and I love them. Especially I use them for underlayers. Okay, so it allows me to make, let me show you, quite large sweeping marks, you know, and it's pushing it down into the surface of the paper I normally use, pastel matte paper. That's all well and good. The problem is, and it's not a design fault, but they wear out. Okay, the actual sponge tip of these are called sofft tools, S-O-F-F-T, and these particular types are called the knives. They are soft on the tip, they're great for blending. If you're using a paper for whatever reason that was very fine, like a printer paper, these would last ages and ages. Pastel matte, although it's not a rough paper, it's not like sandpaper at all, even still, these wear out within a fairly short time. Okay, and that's what they look like when they're wearing out. And you'll see as you are actually applying the pastel, then you will see bits falling, and that's not the pigment, it's usually the tool breaking up. Okay, now these applicators, these replacement covers, they come in packs of 10, I believe it is, and in the UK that's around about £5. You can use both sides, you can then flip it over. I'd say one of these tools, if it's a medium-sized drawing, will last me a drawing or two. And what I normally do, I have a few of these on the go at a time. So I've got one for dark colours, one for lighter colours, and maybe one if I'm using it for white. To clean them, you just get a microfiber cloth and give it a gentle rub on there, and that's good enough. Okay, so that really saves you trying to clean them and damaging them. Keep one for light, one for dark. Okay, so that's a tip, that's an extra tip for a way to make these last a lot longer, because you're not cleaning them as much. But as I said, it's not a design fault, it's just the abrasiveness of the paper breaks these down. So what can we actually do about it? Well, PanPastel has lots of other tools, and these are then my probably, my second favorite, and these come in different shapes as well. So they feel very, very similar to the actual surface of these. Okay, the same color as well. But whereas these break down very easily, these are extremely robust. And what I do, I keep a tub full of old ones of these as well. So I've got one again that I would use predominantly for darks, and this one may be 2-3 years old. Okay, so I can, when I'm doing dark colors, dark browns and things, I'm using those. And you can once again clean them, rubbing them on a microfiber cloth. These are far, far more resilient. And once again, you would just push them into the actual PanPastel. And the thing is, you can change the shape by squeezing them. But as you can see, I can apply it just like I could with the other tools, but you don't get quite the same kind of feel of doing it as you would with a knife. But the actual application is just as good, and you can rub it in just like that and spread it around. Now you can also get the tools in this, what looks like a makeup applicator, but it's once again, it's got that very distinctive PanPastel soft tool feel to it. Okay, I know they researched many years trying to get the exact texture of these sponges. So this time, once again, you can fold this in all different shapes, and you can apply it in small, making small marks just as you would with that knife tool. Or once again, you can rub it out or even hold it quite flat to do perhaps large background areas. This also lasts so long. You can wash these out as well if you want to. Now many of you are going to ask about makeup type applicators. So PanPastel has got a soft tool where you just change the ends that looks like a makeup applicator, and once again you can just pick up the pan pigment like that and apply it in a way very similar to those knife tools. Now you can also rub it on. It's got that similar feel to the surface on there, and it seems to last just a little bit longer than the knife tools. You can of course buy some very cheap makeup applicators online. Now these ones happen to have a white side and then another side that's got that PanPastel tool look to it. Okay, so it's worth trying, because there's lots and lots of different types of these online, and some of them feel similar to PanPastels. This white side is not spreading like the PanPastel tool, so let's try that more pinky side, that salmony side, and that's much better. It's certainly worth trying these. You may find that you can save some money with these, but I haven't had any luck with, you know, the larger type of applicators that you can get in shops. You may like them. I didn't particularly find them superb, but they're very cheap to try out. Okay, so things like makeup applicators, give them a go as well. They would be the cheapest way of doing it. Okay, so what about brushes? Online I've seen some artists use very small short-haired brushes to brush the underlayer in. I've tried it, it just didn't suit my style, and the problem I've got with it, or the concern that I've got, is let's suppose you're brushing your yard, you're brushing dust off a concrete yard, the dust comes up, and I'm concerned that with using brushes with pastels, it's that same effect, that you're really brushing the pastel on the paper surface, and the last thing we want is pastel dust really going into our lungs or into our eyes. So personally, I'm not a fan of the brushes with pastels. Hopefully this short video has helped you. As I said, we can't really fix the problem with the tips of the knife. They're going to wear out no matter what. But if you want to try to bypass it by using some of the other soft tools, I can really recommend them. Now, if you found this video useful, please subscribe so you don't lose me forever in YouTube. And also, I really think you're going to like this video as well.